it and actually making it work deeper into the tournament, you can have something that's going to be a surprise for like day 1, day 2, maybe get you out of groups. But if it's taking you this far, there's more depth to it than just that.
And I think DRX really benefits from having those few days off. When you look at them, we always know them as like the group stage warriors. They come in with a read, with prep. They always make it out of groups cleanly. I honestly think going into a big playoffs after the break like this, it's a very similar setup, right? You have time to prep. You know your opponent. You can look into the map pool a lot ahead of time. Before, they came in doubling down on this Mosquito comp. They had great prep, and it looked amazing. I'm excited to see how they continue to iterate that now into this next stage of a tournament where they've had that gap.
Yeah, well, let's actually get some words from one of the members of DRX, of course, the veteran, the man himself, Mako. Yinsu had an opportunity to catch up with him.
I've got Mako here from DRX with me and Bella to do some translations. Now, Mako, this is the 11th time we see DRX versus PRX. You've been a part of all of them. So, in your opinion, what makes this one special?
사실 지긋지긋할 정도로 너무 많이 만났는데 사실 이번 8위뿐만 아니라 뭐 여러 분수도 많이 만났었고 지금 11번째 만남인데 저한테 특별한 건 그냥 높은 무대에 항상 PRX와 함께 할 수 있어가지고 좀 더 기쁜 것 같습니다.
I mean, you know, I'm sick of meeting these boys. We meet once again and again, and this is our 11th time meeting. But what makes it special is that this is the biggest event, the biggest stage that we can meet them. So I'm just happy to play it against them. Thank you very much, Bella, and good luck, Mako.
I genuinely love how he's just stoic, chill, and yet he's just like, I'm so tired of these guys. I don't want to see them anymore. It's just so Mako. But we do have our picks and bans real fast. So let's go ahead and jump over to that and see where we're playing for the series.
Hey, PRX, you dropped later than DRX, so you'll be higher seed. Team A or Team B? Team B?
Sorry, Team B.
Yeah, good. So DRX, you'll be A in your first ban.
Fan Sunset.
Sunset, your ban?
Abyss.
Abyss, and map 1 from DRX.
Peak. Ascent.
Ascent, side on Ascent.
Defense.
Defense, map 2.
Lotus. Big Lotus.
Lotus, side on Lotus.
Attack.
Attack. Next ban, starting with DRX, you have Bind, Corrode, and Haven.
Ban Bind.
Ban Bind. Your ban, you have Corrode and Haven.
Ban Haven.
Ban Haven, map 3, Corrode, side on Corrode.
Fence.
Defense. Okay, first ban, Sunset Abyss, map 1 Ascent, PRX Defense, map 2 Lotus, DRX Attack. Next ban's Bind Haven, map 3 Corrode, DRX Defense.
Okay.
Alright, good luck, guys.
Good luck.
All right, so there you have your maps. You have Ascent, Lotus, and if necessary, we'll be taking a trip to a Corrode. Mimi, what you make of the series layout?
I think the biggest thing I'm noting is that both these teams are able to ban a map that is, like, in my opinion, probably the strongest for their opponent, getting rid of that Sunset and the Abyss respectively. And that means we end up with a pool that I do feel like is really even, and will also highlight some of the big differences in how these teams play, especially with map 1, Ascent going to that double duelist versus the Sage comp. I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, and also the second map, Lotus, I feel like, I'm gonna say actually pretty convinced 95% that every single time that these two teams meet, if Lotus in the map pool is going to be there for PRX, it's a comfort. So this is 1000% something that they could expect.
But that map pool is all the more important when you look at such a familiar opponent. Mako said it, the 11th time in VCT that these two teams have faced off. Both of them have made changes, but for the guys who have been there for every single game, Mako especially, you have so many memories of winning against this team, of losing against this team. For DRX, it's been a lot of losing. But now this is the biggest match, the biggest time that they have ever met, with elimination on the line, a chance to go to the top 3. This is a completely different game than the first 10 times.
Yeah, and many times I think that we can say that for PRX, they are the favorites to win just based on history. For DRX, they can still continue to be that surprise. So the pressure is going to be on the purple side today.
DRX was the 4th seed from Pacific. PRX was the team who was supposed to win this event and go back-to-back, but GB, DRX have a chance to knock them out in 4th place and stay alive.
What a wild turn of events that would be, but this is it, folks. Our lower bracket match is about to begin. It's a Pacific Throwdown, so let's go ahead and bring out your two teams. Here's DRX and PRX.
DRX.
DRX making their way to the stage, an opportunity for them to continue to push forward in this tournament. They brought new ideas, they brought a new identity, new players, and here they are, a chance to not just push forward for them, but to push forward for the region of Korea. But standing in their way, the Goliath, known as PRX, a fan favorite squad without a doubt, but Mimi, I think it's safe to say that when you stare at the other side of the stage and you see these guys there, you have to have a little bit of fear in your heart, because these guys, they have no fear, they don't care, and they'll give you everything.
The hardest team to put down in Valorant is PRX, but DRX, they are already defied the odds, defied the expectations, made it all the way here, despite, you know, there being a world where they didn't even attend champions coming as that 4th seed, but they've had this opportunity, this moment, they've made everything of it, and now their chance to go just a bit further, to completely break down those expectations yet again.
Eyes on Hyunbin on Flashback. We speak about the Mosquito. We've spoken about the results, how they're topping in stats in so many regards. We
doesn't work without them.
Yeah, it absolutely doesn't. We talked about the map veto. Ascent is going to be the first one. To me, I want to, every single time that we see PRX on Ascent, I look at Jake. I think that to me is a very good way of measuring what PRX we're going to be getting in the day.
Yeah.
With him not being on the dual list, being on the stage, because at least personally, when I think PRX and Sage, I just think of the lie.
Yeah.
I do think that this first map is a must-win for DRX. If they're going down 1 in the series, then they have to play Lotus, where their opponent is so good, where they're on a 4-game loss streak, including losing it 3 times here. Not to say that I think they're particularly horrible at the map. They've played close games in most of those, but I just don't think they have it figured out to the same level of their other maps, and it's so damn good for PRX.
Yes, but for DRX, the last 2 matches started with them losing map 1, was I thinking, oh, this is the end of the Mosquito Come. Sorry, it's figuring it out. They know how to just retake onto it, just let them do whatever they want to do, and then they get back into the game. They did it against G2, they did it against MIBR. I don't know, maybe they get to do it against PRX.
And that's the thing that kind of sticks with me here, right? I think when you look at, you know, the results and the matchups, you do have to look at that win against G2, because G2 is coming into this tournament as one of the heavy favorites, and they didn't just beat them, they shut them down. Valorant had no idea what to do.
Thought that it was going to be G2 PRX. I think that was the favored final Fnatic in the running as well for that. But they've already beaten one of those teams. They could beat PRX today. They'd have Fnatic tomorrow. They're just running the gauntlet of favorites.
I just love whenever you bring G2 up. It's like a very easy way to, like, not rage bait, but almost to maybe, like, it's a very soft spot for her. Yeah, but as we're saying, for PRX, they are the favorites, as you're saying. We expected them to see at the finals. We heard it from Mata as well. That is the opponent that they think they are going to face, and everything has to start on Ascent. Something that I think was also important in the previous game, for all the wrong reasons, the operator for Flashback, for something. What an amazing head-to-head that we could have between the two.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But one thing that I am expecting here, Mimi, we're going to go fast. This is going to be a very different paced game than what we just witnessed.
For my EMEA brain, this is too difficult.
Yeah, we got to slow down there, man.
Yeah, I mean, PRX is the fastest attack team in this tournament, and you put them up against a DRX who, their whole game plan is around set plays with the Waylay and that Yoru agent select on your screens. It's Ascent, and there is not going to be any surprises. DRX, go back to the Mosquito comp. PRX, back to the stage.
Yeah, the good thing, of course, that PRX decided to start on the defense. We just saw how important those runs is, how important their reads are going to be.
As a head-to-head, I do think the double dive plays quite well into the stage. Both the Yoru and the Waylay have ways to circumvent that slow or that wall getting to sight. And I think a lot of the game is going to come down to trying to overwhelm Divide on their attack side and how well he can hold up to that pressure.
I think that he's going to be brilliant at that, though.
Oh, more than likely, it's Divide we're talking about here. But here we go, folks. The last two teams from the Pacific region are ready to fight it out for a spot in the top three. And who better to call the action than the guys who have been telling their story all year long? Here's Achilleos and Paper Thin.
Thank you very much, Golden Boy. Yes, here we are again. The 11th time that these teams have clashed here in VCT. 15th time overall. If you look at the off-season events, this should be an absolute banger.
No doubt. It's two teams whose destinies have been intertwined, not just in name, but in the way that they perform, not just regionally, but globally. They're constantly at each other's throats to be going into the next level of events, to be taking trophies in Pacific. And this, as Mako said, in the pre-show interview, is the biggest one yet. They've only ever faced off internationals in the upper bracket finals at Reykjavik and Tokyo. And so now this is a do or die, and it's the first time they find themselves in that matchup in a global event.
Quiet to start things off here. DRX, of course, first on the attack, still on the spike drop, then a neutral position. As a triple face forward up cat here from Paper X, trying to see if they get a spot, get a catch, but so far, nothing quite being seen here. But DRX now getting clustered up outside of A main. And this is going to be the heaviest side of the map for Paper X on the defense.
Yeah, kind of curious if Paper X has some kind of anti-play here with that wall right at the door. Kind of shut down these duelists.
Everybody going to be going through. That's going to be coming in, having to go ahead and refract back and flashback into getting straight on an island. He gets taken down, Jing to find the opening kill.
Yeah, love the setup there from Paper X. Playing off of Divide's wall. They've got a bunch of ability to shut things down. Something taking some damage. Couldn't trade out any to the DRX player.
A bit whiffy for him. Already counter rotations here from Paper X in case this ends up going to B, which it is. Gonna leave freeing on a bit of an island here as he tries to flush this. Your outspots the shoulder, finds a headshot, does eat damage on this point, but already Paper X their players position well as Patman locks in, is able to find Mako. Coming, going to be taken down, freeing now dead in mid. That just leaves Bane, 70 HP, frantically trying to find a shot. Sends out the recon, but to no avail. Jing will collect a 3K and Paper Rex get the opening pistol.
Yeah, a big win here, but it's all on the back of the initial strategy plus the mid-rounding from Paper Rex, something that they have improved upon mightily, and I'm sure a lot of fingers would be pointing towards Mini in that regard, the way that they're able to slow down their play, the way that they're able to make these good rotations. You know, the trap plays have always been there, playing with that wall in the front, shutting down those duelists on the entry. You got so much ability for flashing and stalling with this comp that Paper X runs. Playing around that is something I've been wanting to see more from this team on this map. You have so much utility on this defensive side to make life awful for the attackers.
Quick TP into Wine. Forward face into A main here. Heat crash going forward. That'll just get cleared out. For now, Paper X very much having the upper hand. It's just going to be freeing. Sat back over towards B main. Full classics, of course, here for DRX. So, see what kind of damage they're going to be able to deal.
Yeah, you got to be wary of Mako in that smoke. You don't want to give him a freebie with the classic there. Jing goes out the slow orb. Just trying to delay beta response. Get some kind of info, but DRX playing it close to the vest.
Ball now at the ready. It's just going to be timing util across the board here for the side of Paper X to keep things slowed down. Now the face in. Jing able to find himself a fourth. Cleans up one, steadies the spray, finds flashback. It's going to be another 3K, potentially more. And as something swings around through Gelato, freeing a world away. It's a very easy kill, and it's looking like a flawless round spree. Best he can really muster is going to be a collection on the orb. He does need to die.
He does.
30 seconds left.
All comes up. Paper X now well aware of where he is going to be. Looks like going to try to hand this one over to something. Marshall here around the corner has the shot. Flawless fashion. It's a 2-0 start for Paper X.
And again, I like the patience that we're seeing from Paper X. They're not overcommitting to that angle. I mean, do you think of Paper X a year ago, 2 years ago, Jing and Forsaken are just rushing onto this A main position. Instead, they're playing smart. They're using that wall to set up a high-low. You know, Forsaken can even TP up on top of that wall, right, to add an extra layer to it. They have the smoke there that he can duck into to avoid the recon. There's a lot of really nice layers to that play from Jing and Forsaken. And if you can get the Battle Stage going here for PRX on this map, that is scary.
Upgrade now here to the Outlaw. Only one player with half armor on the side of DRX. It's going to be flashbacks. We'll see. Something is going to be able to get him in his sights. A little bit of taps there through the smoke. Mako unable to find a connection. Opts to back away. This time, though, DRX fully investigating mid.
And quite a big change up in the Vice utility here. They're really spreading it across the map from Divide. He's got the wall in mid.
Ooh, wide swing coming through. Fring going to be taken down. Flashback able to answer one of his own. His shot disconnected on a Hyunmin. Puts him down to 10. And already that res available. But Jing does end up getting trade off the back of it. Maintains a 4v4, but damage dealt to a lot of players on the side of the RX. The base 4 pattern, able to find two as Bane and Flashback both get taken down through the clone.
Batman looking sharp to start. Hit some nice ones there.
Finally leaves just Mako as that Arc Rose flash goes through. They confirm presence here on the site. He's trying to swing in. Saturate, trying to get that one around the corner. Rebounds off the wall. Doesn't manage to get a minor connection, but they're very much held at bay, and the spike is still stranded in mid. DRX. They're going to be in an unwinnable position, especially as Mako gets ready to swing this. A high-low setup with another player around the corner. And Cat is going to be Divide to find a kill. I'm going to 10 just try to tuck away here in hell and hold on to this Vandal, but there's still 20 seconds.
Yeah, you would expect PRX to go on the hunt, considering it is their bonus. For sure, going to be looking for this. Already spamming down in there. Oh my god, those are so close.
Oh, and there you have it. Spray just a bit off, something able to find with the Classic, and that's going to be the bonus conversion now coming through here for PRX once again. A very steady round.
I can't stress how impactful of a start this is from PRX, because if you think about this map, they've had shaky defenses throughout this Champions. PRX just hasn't really been able to find that consistency. They're often finding themselves in large deficits to start their defender side, and they have to claw back into those 5-7, 7-5 halves. And on the other side of the coin, DRX is generally very, very good on the attack on this map. And so all of these things coming into play are extremely concerning for the DRX players. They need to get something going here. Maybe not in this round, but for sure in the next.
Still a decent investment compared to what we're used to seeing from DRX. Stingers and some Sheriffs, and well, there goes one of them. Ring shut down. Jing instant with the headshot. You got Flashback just here on the other side of that wall, but Jing having dropped off here into the corner, so he is just not really going to be punishable from this position at all, and that wall is still going to be standing for quite some time. Flashback's just praying for a pixel out of place, but it's just not going to be given one.
They're just going to wait this out. Just trying to eat as much time as they can. But that drone, oh, doesn't get the spot.
Oh, well, there's a jump, but it's still going to be only minor damage taken again. The weaponry just not going to be strong enough. Wall now getting ready to fall. Has a clone there to try to body block, but Jing still will be able to find that headshot. Bane peeling back a kill as Divine gets the pump, gets a draw, down it goes. And that's going to be the 4-0 start with 4 players still standing for PRX.
Yeah, I mean, the economy is going to be out of control for PRX, and they are looking so solid in their protocols. And you have to like the way that Jing is finding these timings with the Sage Wall and is getting tons of value out of it. He's 9-1 now, and he's playing so confidently, so smart there. Even with the clone in his face, he's able to react in time to take Flashback down. A nice cheeky play from Flashback, but it's dealt with properly. And that's huge. That is frankly something that when I was watching the VODs, you know, when we were getting ready to come here to Paris, was the fact that you have these 2 walls in this comp, and I didn't like the way that PRX wasn't necessarily always getting value out of them. They were often just throwing them down in the early part of the round and then, you know, trying to place a mid-round after that, and they still often were getting the misreads. They weren't quite finding the success in that mid-rounding style. So now you're just being a little bit more patient. Jing looking for his moments, and has been really on point so far, to say the least.
No, he very much has. He's 9-1 here at the moment. The PRX is certainly dialing if this timeout is not able to find a conversion off the back of it. But that's a big improvement compared to the last outing here for PRX, where Jing certainly had his absences.
Yep. I think of the 3 agents that we mainly see Jing play these days, the Sage is the one that concerns me the most at times. I think it works really well on this comp, potentially, again, but it hadn't come to fruition until today, until now, at least so far. We'll see if they can, you know, continue this run throughout the rest of the half, but this round, absolutely a must-win.
This time, going for the rush play here. Pushes forward, there's a big reveal, but it's going to be a quick escape from Flashback. Does manage to avoid catastrophe, still eats a bit of damage on the exit.
And that's okay. You can do that now because you've been conditioning them that you're going to be slower off the start. Something with that judge trying to tuck into the corner.
Okay, Kevin does manage to find that one. I thought perhaps he missed the timing. His Flashback was sprinting through that smoke, but Kevin also able to find another kill. Batman does get taken down with the all here from Divine. Now ringing out, now being known. Flashback is deep here in the site, and Forsaken has no read of that whatsoever. Losing to a backstab, and they've got two players with plenty of cash, but with an operator to try to retake a site versus 4. You know that you felt damage. The question is, do you actually try to commit in for this?
You could maybe throw Jing at it and just see if he could find anything.
It's Jing, the first one to start backing away, so the call to save has been made. DRX. One player sacrifice will be able to get themselves on the board here. Just a quick pacey hit, a trap play. Doesn't really get sprung by PRX on the opposite side of the map. They managed to execute well on a B.
And it's just DRX going back to what makes them so successful, right? Like I said earlier, I think the name stands for does ridiculous executes. And just right there, you're seeing why, right? Like they're so good in those set plays. But they're going to need more than just that, I would suspect, potentially. But I think I'd keep dipping into that well until PRX proves that they can stop it. That right there, really good stuff. Big Flashback in there, not having to worry about something because Flashback throws his ult through, you know, Forsaken just not really registering that maybe the dimensional drift had ended there.
You have a big head?
I believe that's what he said.
Okay, maybe he means like big brain.
Yeah, could be.
Or maybe he's just insulting his player. Not sure. Either way, onward we go. DRX is going to be able to get some back-to-backs here. Obviously, the money, it's going to take a lot of consecutive round wins for DRX to break that bank of PRX at this point.
Giving yourself good opportunity here in this round with the ult cycles as well. Bane went away, Hyunmin went away from their big game changers. See if they can get those orbs scooped up and get cycled into it. Actually going to give it to Freeing, puts his one away as well from a Steel Garden. Batman looking to find some damage somewhere. Forsaken got lit up a bit off screen.
Not fully sure how. Maybe just standing forward into the smoke. A bit of spray from Mako's Phantom, perhaps. Does allow for something to get posted up on this angle, and there's the heal coming through, and there's the peak. As Mako does go down.
Oh, that's brutal. That's your smoke's gone for this round.
Smoke's gone. Speaking of which, the one's dissipating here in front of the main. All set up as well from Jing to try to delay, and Freeing has to check every single angle to make sure that there's no one posted up on top of this. But now Jing swings back around. Scales forward instantly over towards bench. He's getting a lot of map control, getting a lot of information. That's why you see the rotation starting to come through from PRX. Now the swoop in, and the tap on the Bane is just absolutely gorgeous from Jing. Completely dismantles them. He finds himself now 11-1, potentially looking for that 12th kill here, and he will find it. It's going to be another 3K, a flawless PRX up 5-1.
You gotta love the timing here that Jing is taking. It almost doesn't work out. DRX kind of gets a sense of it, but he just wins out the fight. He's just too good right now. Hyunmin there, just able to duck the collat. Jing stops him in his tracks as he's trying to rotate over. And I like this aggression. Again, different looks. Every round has been something quite different from Jing in his positioning, in the way that he's delaying with his wall. In this case, looking for the lurk late round. All these little things that we're seeing added into his game today are why he is lighting up the scoreboard.
He was watching that previous game, clearly saw Scuba going crazy on Abyss. Well, yeah, I can do that. Absolutely incredible from him. He's already one charge away from his second res of the half here at round 7.
Absolutely bananas. Trying to test that A-site pressure. Wall at the front. A lot of the Vice util in tree. So this is going to be a little bit tricky potentially for DRX. There's a lot of stall ability here. See if they can hold on.
Fury looking for the opener, but Forsaken able to snipe, come in out of the sky. Oh. Quick escape there on the TP, flashback, pushing forward at trees, able to find one with Forsaken, comes up with a third, Mako, able to find one there with that Sheriff. Covers the weapon, has to go for the reload, but Jing is on the approach, and he's got the timing. The kill is his. The lead continues to get stretched for PRX.
They're just fearless today. And the timings here are so precise. Nice little flick up, a dodge out of the Hunter's Fury and the trailing gunman for Forsaken, and he doubles down. Gets a 3K to boot. Absolutely just fearless are these PRX players. And they are starting to run away with things here. DRX has enough for this bye. If they lose this one, they're going to be back onto an eco. Need to find a way to get value out of these ultimates. You've got some big ones. You've got that Convergent Pass. You've got the Steel Garden. Should be a very winnable round. You can get some value out of those. Something, though, so far forward.
He's tucked in here. Been able to find one. Forsaken going to be dead over at main. Spot out the kill. Something gets out scot-free. Gets the trade. That's fraying down. No more Steel Garden to be concerned about. Jing just trying to set the wall. Will be able to do so. Backpedals, gets the heals going through. Kevin at the same time. Go for the entry. Swings back Jen. Caught with a flash. Held up here for the moment. Just trying to clear that clone. Fight is going to be taken with DRX. Trying to go for this plant, but something now disrupting. Sprinting at them here with the Dimensional Drift in play. His exit over towards A main. That's exactly where Flashback's exit is set up, and now Mako's gonna be dead. The spike's not even planted yet. This round is starting to get away from him. It's just gonna be coming to try to do it all, but he can only find the one. Patman will get them over the line. DRX continue to be in dire straits.
Just classic PRX right here. Wanting to get aggro as you're trying to get into your plant. Just getting ahead of the curve. This is something they do so well. And it's all because something is able to get his ult going. And he's able to use it so effectively, create that extra angle that DRX has to worry about from main as well. And just ruins the plant attempt before it can even be started. And it's going to have to be, yeah.
I was wondering. Starting to hit that point where it feels like that second timeout is absolutely necessary. Will be committed here to just try to rescue as much as they can here in this opening half. This double duelist is not finding the value that it's used to seeing here.
Absolutely correct. And, you know, the PRX players just, you know, have talked to me about how they were a little nervous going up against this top because of just how chaotic it can be, how crazy it can be. Obviously, PRX, a team known to enjoy the chaos a bit, but
yes.
Even, you know, with kind of DRX coming into this tournament with an idea to sort of almost take a page out of PRX book in some manners, they're able to hang on no problem so far. They're looking really in control of this. They're the ones setting the tempo. They're the ones setting the pace. And again, it all started with Jing, and now you're just getting really good mid-rounds, really good reads, shutting down every execute so well. You know, whether it be the Vice util, the Sage util, you're getting some really nice flashes. All of those things coming together here for PRX. It's all about the timing and the calling and the confidence.
Now back into the fray. Final timeout call here from DRX, barring an OT. Has been committed and burned. They are staring down the barrel of a multitude of ultimates as well as being on an eco.
See if they want to
Garden itself, they're not going to find the most value. Will get the Stingers out of hand, at least for now. Just going to be coming quickly refracting back out towards safety. This execute here from DRX has very much been slowed up. Why? Getting caught from Ching, finding a hell of a shot on a flashback is. They say we don't need the guns! Take them away if you want, we will take your life! Jing gets himself another 3K with Sheriff in hand! And DRX just cannot buy a round!
That is absolutely backbreaking. I mean, when you commit the Steel Garden, the Sheriffs are there in the back pocket. The PRX, fearsome Jing just dialed in today. Another 3K. What is that, 4 or 5?
It's a lot. It is a lot. You see the coach cameraman, Alex is popping off.
Wait,
with
what world is this?
positivity.
Have I changed dimensions?
It's absolutely insane. He's got 17 kills with 9 rounds played.
Unbelievable. Well, Flashback has his ult. Still sitting on a res as Jing just hasn't needed to use it. Patman has the Hunter's Fury as well. My goodness, DRX got to dig deep here, find some way. Use this dimensional drift to get a good read, get a good execute. See if you can get around some of this oppressive Sentinel util. Jing again up on the wall, but taking a really tight angle here. Expecting that maybe somebody would be trying to play through that smoke. Maybe Mako is going to get aggressive in that position. TP coming his way. Jing back off for now. 3-man stack heading over towards A. This looks to be
right here,
the landing zone here, but there hasn't been much contact on the map for either side, so kind of playing a guessing game. Our PRX trying to figure out exactly how they want to maneuver themselves. They maybe guessed wrong, and it's a TP over to try to disguise this dimensional drift.
Spot on one, not sure if he actually did see Jing there. Paranoia was sent out behind this with flashback. He's going to make an exit here into hell on the A site, otherwise unoccupied here by PRX. They'll have to start looking for a retake, something to be wary about this potential flank coming through. Will not read it quite well as late shocker from Batman's able to find Mako. Must have sent him out before the Hunter's Fury had been committed. Either way, lands, finds the kill, keeps it into a 4v4. And then trying to hold the door, wide swing out and bring the covering fire out from Cat, able to find two. DRX seems like long lasting, going to be able to find themselves a second round win. Batman still with potential to be able to do some damage here. Operator has been collected as well. Get a kill? The answer is going to be no. Damn near flawless, just the shotgun of the Mako. The draw blood as DRX will finally be able to double up.
Yeah, and, you know, showing just how valuable that your ult is. Getting that great info. They can open up the A site, get that plant down, get into that post-plant scenario. Much tougher for PRX to deal with that. Great crossfire setup at tree because of Freeing. Finding the timing on the backstab is something. Finally able to kind of win out. One of those scenarios that comes down to just who's going to get the read on who. Flashback going to have an op coming into this round as well. DRX, 2 more to go in this half. Let's see if they can make it an 8-4. End on the right foot. Some pressure from Freeing, but something's challenging with this op. That gets rid of the wall, though.
Freeing had considered, I think, a swing to clear the drone, but wisely tucks away. Avoids this operator here. Here's that jump forward, and he has to know who's going to be the other side of that corner. Stays tucked here for the moment. DRX, though, really scaling forward. Flashback just now beginning to take some space into mid, but they've widely been contained by this one-way smoke in A main.
Yeah, they're just being really slow. Really trying to work out if there's going to be any lurks, any attempted kind of pressure on the map from PRX. I just seen the jump spot there from Devi. Wall up for Jing. This also seems to be part of the game for them. Waiting this Sage wall out. They don't want to give that extra info over intentionally, at least so far.
Late placement, though. They're going to have to clear this.
Yep.
Once again on the hunt. Pushing forward, and looks like Freeing might just be falling into the trap, and he has. Patience, a virtue here for something. Warden without the kill. We'll see segments need to be broken down, but they just don't have great weaponry for it. Bane could use the Phantom, but he wants to try to save that precious ammo. Thorns now set up to try to slow them up as Five faces forward, looking, finding a good amount of damage there. On to Bane, gets the finishing shot. Now the time starting to get away from him here is Jing. Take out one, but right there on the Devi, but Jing still sacking into the corner. Is absolutely indomitable in this map. 20 kills as PRX lock up a 9-2 half.
And it's another 3K. This is maybe the best half of Valorant I've ever seen from Jing, and we've seen some damn good ones. But what a moment to step up. A lot of questions sometimes when he's not on that raise, and he's answering them in a big way.
24-1 is absolutely ridiculous, and he's had this res for the longest time, just hasn't really had a need to use it.
No.
Maybe in the previous you could argue, but quickly we're PRX overwhelmed. Now they're looking to go ahead and get themselves a 10-2 half. PRX at this point going to be playing for a 9-3, but that's a very good shot from Freeing. Dodges the up shot, responds in con, converted pass now going to be sent out over towards the A site. Forsaken, however, not going to be caught by this up at heaven. Paranoia. Okay.
Freeing?
Is able to go ahead and jump away, but Patman now going to be taking down flashback trade into by, able to find that kill. Push from Jing, getting ready to come through, might be able to find a catch, but no, it's just going to be the res. He gets something back into the fight, brings it now into a 4v4. Spring shows that he is still present on this side of the map.
Cool.
The flash does not connect. Back medaling away. These two players, though, a world apart. That still plays well. DRX trying to defend the site, but Green does get caught. Timing for Mako, found on the Jing. TP forward across. Forsaken gets himself situated here at A main, but Kevin very quick to adjust. Finds the shutdown and gets himself a 3K of his own. DRX will rescue a third round.
But just a dominant half from PRX. Really have found good tweaks on this defender's side to get themselves well situated to take their opponent's map pick away from them.
DRX going to need to come out swinging. None of these round wins have been consecutive. They've all been spread out. They've all been very labored. They need to have a stronger start if they want to try to run this one back. Otherwise, try to get a ton on Lotus, and that is a scary prospect for them. Let's go ahead, though, as we go into the halftime break. Send it over to Lou, who's hanging by in one of our various watch party booths.
What a pleasure for me to be joined by Whipper, French DRX, big fan, and of course co-streamer. Whipper, mon frère, tu le sais, Renaud, je suis trop contente de t'avoir ici au Champions. On va se poser quelques petites questions. And we have Zerator right behind us. So first of all, where did that passion for DRX started from? We know you've been following them since 2021. So why this team and not another? And why are you still rooting for them even when they're struggling like on a scène? Donc pourquoi cette passion pour DRX depuis 2021? Et pourquoi tu continues de les suivre même quand c'est un peu galère?
Bah, Deeply, moi, mon joueur préféré, Mako, qui joue dans l'équipe, j'adore son style de jeu, je m'y reconnais énormément. Et pourquoi ils vont venir? Parce qu'ils sont arrivés avec un plan dans ces Champions. La Waylay, le Yoru, ça marche, ça a fait ses preuves et ils peuvent encore revenir.
So why do I still believe in them here at Champs? Because they came with a plan, the Yoru Waylay, it's gonna work whether it's on this map or not. And I've been following Mako, he's my favorite player since 2021, so that's why I'm rooting for them nonetheless. And you have a beautiful community that has been following you for years now, but if you have to give, you know, our viewers 2 good reasons to join the Whip City community, what would it be? Donc big shout out à la communauté des Whip City évidemment, mais si tu devais l'élargir et donner 2 raisons de les rejoindre, ça serait quoi?
Les courses de billes, pour commencer. Et en vrai, je suis là tout le temps, pour toutes les ligues, tous les niveaux, Game Changers, Challengers, VCT, je suis là à chaque fois. Donc je suis un rendez-vous sur lequel on peut compter, je pense. Voilà.
Notre rendez-vous de watch party préféré, of course. So yeah, I'm doing all watch parties, Game Changers, you know, Challengers, every league. So if you're just an esports fan of Valorant, just join. And of course, we are doing marble races in my chat. So you can, of course, tune in. Merci beaucoup, Renaud. Thank you so much. And we're gonna see if DRX can take the win or not on Ascent. See you.
Seems like a man of culture, likes Mako's, got a good taste in glasses, and yeah, go ahead and check him out. Of course, let's go ahead and dive into our Coinbase Econ report here, and Jing.
Take a guess.
Jing. I like Jing.
Jing good.
Zoom in on Jing. There we go. It's big damn. The TLDR.
Yeah. This is the Three Gorges Dam here. This is absolutely massive. I mean, look at that. He is just destroying Flashback, too. I mean, that shuts down so much of that entry power that DRX wants to bring into these situations. Yeah, you got Yunmin there as well, but so much of it is predicated on those extra flashes and things like that that you can get into the mix. And just wrecking Flashback after he had such a good performance for DRX against MIBR to get here. Tough start, but who knows? It's Ascent, it's defender's side.
All being at the turn of this pistols. There's a big reveal, but it's going to be Bane who actually ends up taking the brunt of the damage.
Oh, this is going to be completely unnoted. Yunmin has found so much space off of this. I mean, unless PRX just fully commits to this B hit, in which case you're running into the strong side of DRX, you're still going to have the fast rotations from Mako and Yunmin. I mean, this has to just be an extremely clean execute for PRX. You better hope that DRX's players don't find this timing on the lurk.
Well, there it is. Yunmin able to find it. Patman goes down. That means the spike now dropped. And very much slows up the approach. Thorns as well going to be popped as something. It's TP forward over towards Steps. The swing out. Somehow Bane surviving. Able to find that one free. Able to get it back and kill as well as Bane gets himself a second. heroics being put up from this guy. Spike starting off the round with basically no health. Spike now a world away here from Divide, completely, utterly surrounded. He tries to advance forward, the swing is going to be there, and Hyunmin will be the one to put him down. DRX find the pistol they desperately needed.
Yeah, that's a massive win for DRX. And it's all off the back of that early pressure that they're able to create with Hyunmin. Able to take so much space, find that pick. Wow, Bane on the fadeaway there. Finds two. A little bit off the mark for the PRX players on some of those shots, but yeah, you can hear the sighs of relief here for DRX. They really needed to get things going in their favor. They were just blown out of the water in that first half, but now they've got an opportunity to maybe return the favor, just a Sheriff for Divide. Otherwise, a couple Guardians. You got the Spectre, you got the Bulldog, you got the Marshall.
All right, looking for a timing, but will end up getting taken down. He's usually so consistent with, not going to be doing well for him as Hyunmin quickly comes up with a 4K out in mid. Some clean taps from the Guardian. DRX on themselves now a 2-0 start in the second half.
Now let's see if DRX is going to be able to diagnose and cure some of these mid-pressure, these mid-lurks that DRX has been able to prescribe for themselves, because you're going to have to start shutting that down if you're going to get any purchase into these attack-sided rounds. So I think you got to just make sure that you're at least contesting that space early. You know, let Divide, let Forsaken control the extremities, control B main, A main, but really, some of the other players need to be working on this. Flashback loves this smoke position. Wants to try to,
again.
Yeah.
Pushing forward here in the mid, spot on the Jing, but just can't quite line it up. Able to find a smattering of damage. She, of course, can heal off. Trying to scale forward, but again, seeing each other there. Flashback, take it down over at bench.
Jing is just wrecking him.
The game continues. Another kill. Bane now leading out the drone. Slot anything here in the mid. Just gets a glimpse of Forsaken. A world away. Swing around the back. Quick peek there, but Frame does end up getting noted. And now you've got Jing in a punish position. Ready to shut him down on a re-entry.
Because of Divide's wall.
Bane now to try to hold this line. Oh! 2 quick shots! Tucks back. Recon at the ready. Dodges the paranoia. Swoops in. Tiny little lick of damage, but overall will be overwhelmed, I should say. So this give Mako and Hyunmin a potential opportunity to try to swing this one back.
I'm not doubting it yet.
What a transfer of momentum it would be if they're able to find this and get the bonus converted. Bring it to just a 3-round deficit. I'm going to be working against them a bit here, though. Only really half damage on Divide.
Still have a paranoia.
Gets sent across. There's the post going to be connected upon as Mako scaling forward, able to find Divide. Needs to do it all himself, but we also get caught in the timing trying to set up for the diffused smoke. Signal find 3 and PRX. They suffer some losses, but they managed to deny that bonus conversion.
Yeah, it's really nice damage done by PRX, but I like the early part of this round, even though they get caught out by Bane's utility. And again, just gotta give a huge shout out to Bane, the way he has been stepping up as a support player, and then he hits 2 crazy good Sheriff shots to boot in this round, but he's doing so much work on the Sova for DRX throughout this event. You know, the shooting may not be as flashy as a Hyunmin or a Flashback, but man, he's still good for a few, it feels like. He's always, you know, there for the trades, there for the setup with the util. Man, it's just doing a nice job.
Leaves that up in Flashback's hands, and this is where it needs to get flashy. This is where he needs to find his impact. He's been so clean with it, this sniper the whole event throughout. Very large reason for why they've made it this far to begin with.
Yep. He's been incredible. Let's see what the setup is.
Well, I'm not going to get cleared out. Sets up an exit path. We'll just go ahead and take that. We'll jump back in towards Pizza.
What's the matter here? Where PRX wants to go, but Hyunmin had swung out wide. Oh, the whip!
Sends a raid boss down. The Flashback does get traded. The operator now on the floor. Crossfire attempt here from Bane, trying to refill that space. Does manage to find a Divide. Taps back around the corner. It's Hyunmin quickly cleans up another 2 kills. Now just something here in mid. A 1v3 with the spike still dropped. Bane will swoop forward. Something will be able to clean that one up. It's a tiny bit of damage, and It's timing here by Freeing. Now down to 46, Rings up to the back away. Mako now taking that space in mid. Gonna keep his angle covered and will be able to find the punish. Players left standing, that gets damn close. The operator to be recovered. DRX though, managing to fight back a bit more.
Yeah, this is a really nice round from Hyunmin. Just found a great timing there as Jing was trying to do a little bit of mid-exploration himself. Just gets shut right down, and Hyunmin,
he's 3 kills away from tying Jing.
That's crazy. He's just gone crazy. Timeout going to be taken by PRX. See what they want to think about. And that was brutal too. Jing having that res maybe for part of the rest of the round. Something's going to have his ult though coming into this one, so it is a great time to take a timeout here as PRX. Really lean into the fact that you've got some opportunities here to maybe change your destiny a bit, whether it be in this round or the next, depending on how you want to manage your economy here. I'm assuming this is going to be a bit of a save for PRX. But man, you'd love to get a Convergent Pass or a Hunter's Fury out of DRX here. If you do go for the eco, have to imagine it's going to be mostly Sheriffs. Then think about how you want to get value out of that Dimensional Drift, how you want to either just ignore mid because you want to turn up the tempo, just go for some big flashy executes, or maybe getting Patman a little bit more involved in some of that util battle with Bane, trying to make sure that you're identifying when and where the DRX players are stepping out. Make sure you've got short A on lockdown so Hyunmin can't keep stepping out into the open and tearing your heads off.
We're starting to get up to the pace that we were kind of expecting from the outset in this game. It's very slow to start with DRX. Why are they just getting swatted aside by PRX? Starting to find their footing. We're starting to get more into that namesake-specific gameplay here between these squads. See, though, PRX are going to be able to work some thrifty magic. DRX will be able to bring that gap just a bit closer.
Yeah, just making sure they've got those ults ready for the next round. Who knows, maybe even this round if things start to go their way a bit. Like getting one away from the Steel Garden for Devi. Quick rotate over to the other side. A smoke there and to back Hyunmin off at tree. That's a nice little adjustment.
Mako here for the moment. He's going to tuck into Wine.
Have to anticipate this. You know that Mako loves this spot.
Not sure where that went, but it wasn't on to Mako. Might have been close, but things quiet here for now.
They pinged it.
Maybe waiting for Devi to try to make some noise, draw some attention back across the opposite side of the map. Drop down. Gonna be heard. Paranoia at the ready. Now sent the swing coming through. And Hyunmin quickly collecting the two in front of him. And there's the third. Fourth down to fall. And Hyunmin is going to be hunting for an ace. Flashback, however, will take it away. But DRX get themselves a flawless round win. Denying PRX any hope of a thrifty.
Yeah, just a nice setup here. Even though PRX knows what's coming at them, they still can't stop it. And that saturate from Hyunmin, so oppressive.
With this last kill, he overtakes Jake. He's now 23-11. Is somehow slingshotted his way to the top of the standings.
I didn't think that was going to be possible in this map. I thought Jing was just going to run away with it. But Hyunmin really standing tall now. Flashback going to be the one at short this time. Again, pings awareness from PRX. Looks like they're going to try that same dimensional drift that we saw Flashback do in the previous half. Got the TP set up there at the top of the stairs in mid. Here we go.
Crash across in the mid.
I don't know if he saw him.
I'm not sure if he turned back either. I think he saw him there, though. Crash does get taken by Flashback, repositioning. Issue now into the side coming through, and Jing is going to be caught. Flashback able to find Forsaken. The Convergent pass now as well to lock up the front of sight. Something behind the other side of the stage wall is able to find one, but Divine needs to send that spray. Just cannot do it fast enough. Now a hinder out onto the two players, and PRX been held at bay. Drone to spot. See one. Very much guess that the other's going to be there to follow.
Oh my. DRX is really doing it.
They just can't even get out of Wine.
No, it's stuck.
Another smoke. Cycle forward. Something just managed to find one. They have the spike in hands. It's an opportunity to try to play this one out, but it's a lot of weight here onto the shoulders of Batman.
They have enough time, I think.
Spinning a recon that's not going to be coming.
They actually might get the plant down here.
If I get Thorn's timing, though, that would just be something dead on the floor. Starting to understand now, so Thorn's one going to be popped. Swing around the back, Batman catching a glimpse. Spike now being committed to just here at the bottom of the back stairs. PRX an opportunity. Try to bail themselves out. Swing this round. It feels like they have no right to do so. Break the door, ready to come through. Something basically needing to hit a headshot to have any chance to really impact the round from here. Spot on to one. Has to back away, but this is already decent time buying. There's Mako dealt with something, buying one, but eventually will just get overwhelmed. Unable to find that opening kill, so the defuse just going to be passed over to Freeing to try to get that next Steel Garden online. And DRX are just 2 rounds away from tying this up.
And this is a massive round for DRX in multiple ways. You get the dimensional drift out of something, and you put the economy on the back foot again for PRX. This defender side has been incredible, and PRX, just like DRX on the other side of the coin, is struggling to find answers, struggling to find any kind of footing. They're going to have a bit of a buy coming through. A half armors, a regen shield, and a couple ults. That Steel Garden has to be impactful here for Divide. He's playing a little bit safe early. Actually going to be the outlaw for Flashback, recognizing the economic situation that PRX would be in. That's even more dangerous than an operator in most ways. Just really trying to set up for this mid control, but again, DRX has a good setup initially.
They're only able to get a spot on the 2. Forsaken does face forward into it. Approaching the market. Getting ever closer, just coming around this corner, Freeing waiting over on the stairs side. Saturate's going to be sent early, just catches the clone. Will be cleared. The back of that swing. Will find the catch here on the Gunman.
It's a nice beta utility, though.
He's about to reface into this, I think.
He wants it.
Decides to back away. Something just trying to draw attention at this point, but loses his life instead as Mako finds the timing on a Forsaken. Paranoia immediately sent over towards Tree. PRX are very much boxed in. Fight their way forward. The spike now being taken over towards window. Cummins right here at the ready, but it's going to be Freeing on the flank. Who guns down too. This is over. No opportunity for Batman to find any kind of value. It's a flawless round, another for DRX, as they are just 1 away from tying this up.
What a comeback that they're running. This is a huge win for Yunmin, up to 24-12. And is absolutely on one. Green with another great timing to backstab the PRX players. And oh boy, we have got a match on our hands. And it is going to be the second timeout from PRX to try to get this figured out. I don't think Alex is going to be popping off anymore. I imagine.
No, certainly not.
Yeah, poor Bach in there is feeling the pain.
Bach is taking a beating. Players now, though, certainly going to be feeling the pressure. From a 9-3 half, just finding one from on your attacking side. PRX have just been working a masterclass with this defense. Not sure what Gunman ate during the break. He had maybe some kind of snack in between on the halftime, and he has just been absolutely killer.
That's crazy. Nothing else needs to be said. He's been so impactful, especially when he's been controlling some of those, mid points of the map that open up some space for PRX, whether it be in market, whether it be in short A. He's been so impactful at locking down that extra angle that PRX would love to create. Instead, he's been the guy just there. He has always stood tall. This is something that really impressed me with DRX against MIBR was their ability to take contact fights. They were so clean in those situations. They're showing you again. They still got it in them, even after a rough start. You never even got into the Steel Garden for Divide. The whole round just unraveled. And that's brutal for PRX.
Now 3 ults, 2. Just a charge away from Batman and something. Have a full stacked deck. pop of the wall here. B main, gunman. Wanting to keep Devi's attention trained.
And Devi's been having a bit of a rough go of it. Kind of controlling that B main space. This is...
Oh my god! Well,
what?
He heard you talking smack, and there you go. Claps back, a massive shot.
Unk must have heard me down there.
Yeah. Flashback on the floor. He's sighting out. Primed here for the taking. Mako into the corner, however, goes unread. Is able to find one. Specifically will fall, and Kevin swings around the back of Jen. Shorty in hand to find something. The spike in the hand here for Jing. They're very much being contained back. As the smoke gets cycled forward, they still advise you till just in front. Make this even more painful.
Devi.
He's calling for the rotation. It's only 20 seconds, though.
DRX is reading it.
Gunman starting to try to get the approach. Patman watching for this. There's a shot, there's a spike on the floor, and there is the round done and dusted. A great shot for Devi, but just not enough of an opener to really make a go of this one to try to pull off a thrifty. No survivors. We're tied up 10-10. DRX are bringing this back.
This is just awesome from Mako. Taking that off angle initially, throws the paranoia out. Hyunmin quick to dive in with the shorty. And then you've got the vice wall there at the door of A main to block any more reinforcements. So this is it. This is what the timeout had to be about. You have every single ult. Close to a few for DRX as well. They're one away from flashbacks, one away from freeings.
Mind you, since Hyunmin overtook Jing, Jing hasn't gotten a single kill.
That's crazy. He was so sharp to start.
5 ultimates, this has to be the round to try to break away. And then a full commitment of all 5 just to get one round. It's still a bad feeling for PRX. Clear the shot, the death. Patman now dead on the floor. Something pushing forward, exiting out of the dimensional drift. The saturating going to be connecting, and it's perfectly timed as Hyunmin swoops around the backup box, finds the kill there. Jing finally able to break the dry spell. Managed to find a kill here. It's the operator down, but freeing. Still able to find more. Divine eliminated. Jing still fighting back. Comes up with a third. The res is there. Suddenly the player advantage is in the hands of PRX.
What did Jing just do?
Weapons to be recovered. Bane and Mako to try to see if they can somehow reverse their fortunes here in this round. Start off looking so damn good for them.
This almost feels unfair.
Mako on the approach here, able to find spot on one. Paranoia still at the ready, fakes and TP forward. Paranoia gonna be sent. It's the connection there on the Jing, who does manage to bound away. Mako able to find one, but cannot get the transfer. Forsaken and Jing do survive, and PRX, they finally fight back. Get themselves right back into the lead.
Just the most PRX stuff you're ever gonna see. It looks like the round's just over, and right as the steel garden is popping, Jing's like, nah, I'm gonna swing. And he gets 2, and then has the res. He heard you talking, I guess.
Yeah, must have. Woke him up. Did take 3 ultimates there from the side of PRX, but still do have some critical ones. Forsaken potentially able to get funny with it from the shadows as flashback. Flash off the angle and eating damage, peeking back in, gets punished, and that is a monstrous kill to be found by Something.
Great setup there from PRX, using that flash to keep pushing space. Something gets another.
Run him down one by one. Kevin frantically trying to make his way across over towards this B site where you've got freeing forward in main. Ooh, locks on for a headshot. That's going to be the cancellation of the ult. Still freeing. Widely alone here on the site, trying to get the spot on the Jing, who's boosted up top of the wall. Those man supports him down, but Mako again, finding a timing. Forsaken does fall. A 3v3. Mako's still a world away though. They're trying to join in with his players as the approach comes through, sliding it down the side. Shot Dark into the corner to free, holding his own with a headshot, just a hair off from being able to find Jing and Divine. Wins his fight versus Gentleman, suddenly it's Mako to try to clutch it. One smoke, still a paranoia, both players playing back sight.
If there's anybody who can do it, it's this guy right here.
A bit of a quiet map from him, but Mako going to show up when his team needs him the most. to try to bail him out. Check to the left. Nothing spotted quite just yet. Should know that they're both going to be playing here at boats, but the tide is starting to work against them. Paranoia going to be sent TPs over into the corner, looking for the swing. And cannot find it. Jing will be able to hold his own as PRX make their way up to map point, one away from taking down DRX's map pick.
Gotta be a confidence booster here for something in this round. That player who you're looking to get those entry frags, to get those first kills, is able to find two to break things open, and it's got him on his feet. PRX, one away from taking their opponent's map pick. Heading on over to Lotus with that advantage. Patman sitting on Hunter's Fury, Convergent Paths, and Dimensional Drift for DRX. So some really big tools here to stop this run. They can get to these spots, but PRX now looking to make some contact fights, looking to punish Flashback early. Trying to take that aggressive position in that smoke again. And Yunmin wins another.
Top mid, so snappy with it. Quickly finds the kill, refracts back out to safety. So trying to take that space with the spike, still going to be dropped here. PRX will recover that as Forsaken pushes over. The clear of the clone. Something saturated, Flashback trying to find it, but find Forsaken instead. Once again, the spike now down on the floor. Something dead to mine, gone. Patman frantically scrambling and trying to get his way over to mid, but there's so many players from DRX. Would have to be an ace clutch. That's the first step. There's the second. He's looking for the third. Flashback will shut him down. 12 to 11, DRX, one away from sending this into overtime.
I mean, again, this angle just isn't accounted for by PRX, and then they forget about Flashback and mid. It's like some of the lessons they maybe had learned in the early part of this half are starting to float away from the PRX players' brains because they can't leave Yunmin to his own devices in that short position. He's just been too damn clean. Now you've got all these ults. He didn't have to use a single one for DRX in that round because it was so good. It's PRX. See what they want to do. Doesn't look like anything super aggressive. Devi. It's a little bit of damage from the shock dart, but nothing severe.
Already called a pivot's being made.
He's trying to contest this wall. But instead, they're just, yeah. They don't like what they see. Maybe they heard the wall over up by A.
Yeah, wall A does get popped as the Euroclone goes through. 3 players from DRX still set up on that position. Trying to watch, but drone going forward into main should tell them there's really going to be anybody home on that side of the map. Freeing now. Once again, has to try to hold the site. Not going to be clean. Jing boosted up over the top now. Dead. Freeing. Able to find that one as Bane with the Hunter's Fury takes down something. Flashback will fall. Forsaken tucks into the corner here. And Lumber just frantically trying to stay alive. Hunter's Fury with the final pulse will be able to get a connection on the Bane, but it's not going to be the kill. Player advantage for the moment here in the hands of DRX. Thrown out over the top, able to spot there, a glimpse onto Hyunmin, but Freeing still holding the close angles. Forsaken trying to scale forward, but he cannot, just does not have the weaponry. Devi now, the 1v3, Paranoid into the corner of the spike, drop to the floor in front of him.
30 seconds left. I have the spike.
Tries to recover it and gets spammed down so very low. And what more can he do? Mako is already sprinting over in case he tries to make his way over to the A site, but I just don't think he has the time for anything.
No.
This is effectively a KD play. This has to full sprint, full send it across the map.
10 seconds left.
Makes his way through, taps the door. A second to go, Mako will be there, no! But he's already won the round! He stopped him from planting. It's a clean shot from Devi, but to no avail. Get ready, because we're going to overtime!
Crazy stuff from both teams. Both going 9-3 on their defender's side to send it into OT. So far, Yunmin already up to 30, Jing at 27. Who is going to be the one to break? Who is going to be able to get that attacker side win first? That seems to be where you would think things can turn around. Again, just phenomenal stuff from Yunmin and Freeing. The push and pull on site there, so good. Great Hunter's Fury from Vayne on the timing. He just completely smothers PRX out.
Like, I know there's some co-streamers who maybe have not watched Valorant. Maybe this is the first time that you're really tuning in and checking out the game. Just want to let you know, This is the potential for the entertainment.
Oh yeah.
Don't take the first series. You know, that was boring. That was just slop. This is peak.
And this is kind of what we've come to expect from these two teams when they square up against each other. Seems like it's always hard fought, tooth and nail. Kind of push through towards Devi's util here. Ended up and over. This is pacey. Gotta wait here though. Don't want to overcommit is something. Gotta look for your timing. DRX is taking a pause right underneath the market. This is tricky. Door closed.
Gotta be broken now. Jing will find one before getting traded back. Flashback does eat a good amount of damage, so down to 44. Mako wary of a flank that is not coming through, but PRX have their ducks in a row. Everybody pretty much in position. It's just Forsaken playing offside here for the moment.
30 seconds left.
Something just trying to slow up the approach. Just trying to force them away. Flying, striking for the backside, able to find one. 20 seconds remaining, so counter swing over to A. Not really going to be possible from here. They just have to try to press on and be able to punch their way through this site. They managed to do so. Finding the kills, but the spike is dropped. Bane had it in hand. DRX might be feeling like this round got away from him. It certainly has. PRX find the opener here in overtime. Map point now back in their pocket.
The whole thing is on a knife's edge, and DRX kind of realizes that they're in a tricky position. So they call for this pause mid-round. Felt like I was watching an America's team here for a moment, just getting that space and then kind of talking things out, waiting it through. PRX giving them the respect, giving them a little bit of that extra timing, but I like the decisions from both teams. Just it came down to some of those individual plays, individual moments, but the spike gets caught by Ali. Flashback again. So push further forward, some spam from PRX to see if they can suss him out. Gunman.
Push, into the clone, flash at the same time, able to find a buy, pushing in from Kyle's side. Gunman setting the spray. Find something as well. DRX in here with a player advantage before the trade can come through. Freeing, pushing forward. He's still so crisp. Immediately shuts down Forsaken. Jing is dead, and now it's just Batman once more. A shot in the paint to take him low. But it looks like this is far from over. Flashback has him contained, and Batman has no more bullets. A 3K, 13-13. We keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. Just, again, sharp shooting here from DRX. Every time somebody's walking into crosshairs, they're popping heads. I mean, Hyunmin there, a little bit labored on the spray, got the job done anyway. Flashback has been so on point. Continues to just be phenomenal in contact. Even though this map hasn't been the best for him, it's going to be a timeout.
DRX.
It's like DRX, yeah, you're right. Really want to talk about this attacker's side. Really want to get this one to go. You have so much faith in your defender's side. It's a good opportunity here for Termi and Glow to get involved. You know, do they have some magic? Do they have one of those classic DRX executes? They're going to be able to dial in, because that's what we saw after one of their timeouts earlier. They came in and they just had a pacey play set up, and it worked a treat. It got them one of their rounds. That would be what I'm kind of thinking and expecting here as PRX, is that there's a set play coming at you. How are you going to have your protocols in place to react to that? Again, both teams have been incredible on their defender side. You start to worry a bit as PRX that this double duelist, there's an opportunity here for DRX to capitalize, turn the map on its head.
See it this time out. It's DRX over that hurdle. One step closer, trying to close this. As time's going on, everyone has started really leveling up their performances.
Oh, it's just been incredible to watch both teams fight. They are so understanding of each other, as you would expect. Smoke there, something curious if there was going to be a push, trying to bait a response. Oh, Mako wins a big one against Forsaken.
Should have been favored there every single time at Mako. And she just dodged the bullets, plot armor. Engaged. Sunman right there alongside him. He's able to cut down Jing. So far, things looking good for DRX to get the timeout conversion. Spike now being scooped up here into the hands of Bane. Taking it forward, it's just Patman. Tucked behind the box at Heaven.
I mean, Patman, he could get 2 kills before he goes down on A site.
2 kills.
Might be a chance.
Something on the prowl, ready to swing this corner. About to be face to face. Spring loses hit. The flashback is there. That second layer. Patman looking for that second kill, but Mako denies it. Spike now to be planted in Divide, needing to do it all. A 1v3. DRX gains the lead and gets up to map point.
Oh, even Mako has his ult to situate himself into wine. Just make this unbelievably difficult for Divide. He's got nothing but an arc rose. Flashback still has a couple flashes. Should be a sealed round. Divide has something to say about it.
He's done so many wonders for his team in the past. This one though, 3 kills with the time, the clock against him. Kevin will be able to just go ahead and put him down. DRX now up to map point. Question is, does PRX call a timeout of their own? They invest everything.
I think you have to. I think you really have to as PRX. And this round isn't anything fancy from DRX. They're just patient. It's just Mako winning a couple big battles there. Winning an individual fight against Forsaken, and then just anticipating that maybe someone's going to pop through that smoke behind him, try to catch him off guard. You know, Jing goes for the big play. I get it. He's got to be feeling confident with the way this map has been going for him. But testing Mako like that, there's few that are going to make him look foolish in that situation.
Everything used here for both of these teams. PRX. Feeling like they got robbed in broad daylight. They end up losing this map. 9-3 half, getting up to 12. Opponent's map pick is going to be a brutal loss if they can't recover it here.
Well, you're going to be thinking about those 2 rounds you couldn't close out that you had coming into overtime. That's going to be in the back of your mind. Maybe you could have felt like you had a 2-0 day coming up for you, and now you're in a do or die on this map. Get this round to go. We'll see what PRX wants to do out of this timeout. Stacking up a few extra players over towards B to maybe help out Divide, looking to try to overwhelm, whether that be Freeing or Flashback. Those are often the 2 players you're going to see there. Same wall position as usual, though, from Divide. This is just mid-pressure. Gunman at least backed off. And he just doubles down. Just went crazy, gets 2. Didn't even see it.
Divide finally gets involved. It's already far too late. More pressure here on the teammates. Mako not falling for the clone, but also not able to collect a kill here onto something. Immediately cuts back. Behind Generator. Forsaken. Quick little TP peek forward. Does manage to pop this wall. Spike in hand. Divide. Spreading closer. Entering into B main, but Freeing dialed in on the angle. Market door already shut. DRX very much trying to limit the options here for PRX is Freeing. Lucky to be alive.
Oh, they gotta figure out a way to get onto this site. Bane has been doing nothing but watching. Divide trying to open the door here for something. Now Bane's attention goes forward. Something pressuring forward. They can get Freeing out of the equation. Maybe there's a chance. Oh, Bane.
We'll find something in Freeing. Still here, does get timing. Forsaken able to take him down as he was trying to bound forward into the smoke. Just ends up losing his life. Mako and Bane out. The 2v1, they have the timing. They have the map. 15-13, DRX. Run it back, take it to overtime. They claim victory on their pick of ascent.
Oh, what a comeback here for DRX.
An incredible map between these 2 squads that know each other so very much. Let's just hope that Lotus delivers in this same away.
Got the new iPhone 17 Pro and Verizon picked up the tab.
No way.
That's me. Handsome and hilarious. It's a rare combo.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us on the best 5G network.
I mean, where else would I get it, right?
Esports World Cup, where we are starting off with Valorant. If you want to win, you have to win against the best.
So looking for revenge.
There's the shorty. Goes crazy. They've all battled through the pressure and expectation. Heritage will come back all the way. Finally, everyone. Finally. Yeah. Let's go.
It doesn't matter what meta we're in, DRX are always good on Ascent. I'm now joined by Termi and Bella as well. Now, the defense side was beautiful from you guys. There's a lot of discussion on whether the double duelist is actually stronger on the defense. So since it's your comp, what makes your comp so good on that defense? 일단 DRX가 어센트에서 잘하는 건 모두가 다 알고 있고 오늘 투 타격 조합이 수비에서 강점을 좀 빚는 순간이 많이 보였는데 오늘 역전도 성공한 만큼 이 투 타격 조합의 수비 강점 핵심이 뭘까요?
투타격의 수비 좀 장점은 수비를 좀 수비답지 않게 공격적으로 할 수 있는 장점이 있는 것 같고요. 사실 오늘 어센트를 이길 수 있었던 거는 현민 선수가 좀 말도 안 되는 퍼포먼스를 보여주면서 저희가 좀 뒷심이 생기면서 분위기를 탔던 것 같습니다.
I guess one of the best strengths of this comp is that you can play defense in an aggressive, non-defense-like way. And I think the comeback on Ascent was actually possible because Hyunmin showed up for the team and he played his game, and we could take that win today. Well, thank you very much, Bella. Thank you, Termi. Good luck.
All right, well then I guess offense is the best defense. That's what it seems like here, and it works out beautifully for DRX as they dig deep and manage to pull off that first map victory. Let's go ahead and take a gander though at our HyperX Reflex moment to kind of reflect on what we saw in that game, because there were some great moments, but for PRX and for DRX, but one player in particular in the early goings was actually having a field day out there. Now granted, this was a big moment for PRX, and although they were not able to pick up that win, I think it illustrates just how difficult this game was, really on both sides of the field here on that defensive side.
Yes, because Jing on that defense was on a different level. I was telling you that to me is a way of measuring what kind of PRX we are going to get, and time again, even in this amazing, crazy round, PRX was ready for everything special here.
Yeah, PRX had such a good read to start their defensive side. They were always fighting up, Jing especially getting very aggressive, mostly over towards Catwalk or into A main a lot of the time. He got so many picks doing that, and it was so disruptive to a DRX who loves to run their set XX on this map, and the retakes look good as well. But once we actually swapped sides, this was such a completely different story. It was a DRX who looked so comfortable there, and managed to bring it all the way back.
Oh yeah, we were seeing some big performances there from Hyunmin as well. I mean, everyone in DRX had a moment, Bea, but Hyunmin really was something else.
I think we just heard it from Coach Termi. There was a couple of rounds that were eco rounds. There was, of course, a lot of egos for the side of PRX in this half. But to me, these are the ones that give you the confidence back of having a first half where you do not find the impact, you do not find the openers. The Mosquito is just not fighting. And in this one, with all of this set plays for him to succeed, different DRX.
I like how willing they were to constantly poke at different parts of the map and try and pressure onto Divide, pressure onto Jing, find that part of the map where PRX is just leaving like a bit of ice util or nothing at all, and just absolutely decimate that area. You see the stats for Hyunmin to end this game, 36 and 19. That is outrageous. He needed to step up. He's done it. Now DRX up in the series.
Yeah, now when you needed a hero in that moment, it was Hyunmin. He was there for the team, and he popped off nearly dropping 40. But let's go ahead and see what's going on the PRX side of things. We have Coach Alex standing by.
I'm now joined by Coach Alex. Now, no one else knows more about DRX than you at this point, but that was your first experience into their new Yoruwele. What do you think about that comp on Lotus?
I think that it's a little bit harder for Hyunmin to hit very good set rates. So we might have an easier time, you know, it's a bigger map. It's harder for us to run into him. He's on fire right now.
Well, I hope you find the counter. Thank you very much and good luck.
Well, the good news here for PRX fans and for Coach Alex is that historically at this event, Lotus, not the best map here for DRX, Bea. So they're coming into this one 0-3. So if anything, that means it's looking pretty good for the boys.
3 times not finding the pacing. Alex says he just wants to dodge Hyunmin, and I do not blame him. But for the side of PRX, this is such a staple map for them. It works as his bigs. They can work it in many different ways, and bring him back to the conversation. I think this is is one of his best maps.
I do think you have to prove that your Lotus is good, though, if you're DRX and you're going to continue on into this competition. You have to play a best of 5 tomorrow if you win. You win that, you have to play another best of 5 with a 2-ban disadvantage. So my hope is that during the 3 days off, they put some real attention on their Lotus, knowing that they would have to play it today into PRX and can come in with some slight tweaks, some changes, not necessarily in the composition, but in their approach to try and come out on top today.
Well, here goes your agent select here. Nothing is out, or rather sticking out here, so we're going to get pretty much the box standard beta. This is a massive opportunity though for PRX, up 1-0 in this series.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that for a PRX, I still look at something. I need to see the operator that we were seeing at the beginning of the tournament. Same goes for Flashback a little bit. We were speaking about the aggression and whatnot, but I think the PRX was very prepared for that. I wonder what the case is going to be in Lotus.
Yeah, the change though is that they are playing the double duels. That's the standard, but now it's dropping the waylay and picking up that raise instead.
I didn't know.
Yeah, a bit of a shift in how they're going to play the double duels. It's less about diving in with the saturate and refracting, more about the straight up double dive with the raise. That agent always good here. Excited to see a DRX with a new plan.
A welcome change without a doubt. Who's going to survive the Pacific Thunderdome? Let's send it back over to Achilles and Paperman to kick off Mat 2.
Don't mind if we do, but yeah, this pivot here from DRX to go back to the raise. A bit of a head scratcher, but maybe something that ends up catching PRX off guard.
Yeah, I mean, you just heard Alex talk about it in the interview with Yinsu that they're worried about the waylay. And this is going to be kind of confusing. I mean, maybe a change up in the game plan here in terms of, some of the combos you can set earlier. You don't have to commit bodies to take Rubble control as heavily. A lot of times you're going to see Hyunmin dashing up on top of Rubble to try to take some control in that space. This gives you a little bit more flexibility around A to play a little bit more passive or a little bit more aggressive with the U-tilt early. Try to set yourself up for success. See if they're able to kind of put that all together. One thing to note, the last 2 times these teams have played on this map, it's been 13-11, and it's been PRX both times, but DRX has always fought them tooth and nail in this map. So sure, a PRX staple in Lotus, but DRX are no slouch, especially against PRX. And just a little bit of early kind of ping-ponging here for DRX, trying to find some open space on the map. A couple players going towards B. Is this some kind of B crunch here, or are they going to try to lean all the way in towards A?
Might be the case. We do have the back pedal now coming through. Devi coming across through the spawn and joining in with the rest of the team. And for the moment, DRX will push into this triple sack that's set up here at Robe. Looking for Flashback, and he's going to be fortunate to get away with his life intact. Shell now to come through, and this is going to be crunched into B now. Getting enacted as Mako considers a paranoia, but doesn't do anything, so opts to go ahead and save it here for the post plan.
Phenomenal plan B here for DRX. Setting this up the whole way. Really nice maneuvering of the map.
Shell timing could be massive for Hyunmin. Banks it in there. Sends it over towards the connector instead. Clear of the haunt, the peak, spotting out multiples. It's just the clone there. Mark is now going to be cleared out. Mako holding close. Crossfire set up. Hyunmin able to find 2 quick kills. Gets the reset for the 3rd. And it's just something left standing, and not for very long. Flashback can take it down at DRX. We'll find it the opening pistol here on Lotus.
It's all just about the way that they're able to take so much space at the front of A. And PRX can't find any value off of that 3-man stack they have at A Heaven. That allows this rotation over because Freeing's been kind of checking, working that B8 main angle. And then Mako's able to slide right in from the other Link side. And it's just the crossfires. DRX so good in post plant. It's been talked about a lot this event that PRX, half of their game plan on the defender side is just to prevent you from getting the spike down at all. You can see why they struggle a bit in those flood retakes. Hyunmin, well, Mako gets that one, but Hyunmin was right there. Mako doesn't get it. Hyunmin continues to be just electric today. Doesn't seem like it matters what agent he's playing.
No, it does not. A site completely evacuated by PRX. DRX going to start making their move over in that direction. Stack outside of the main. Hastening was unfortunate enough to push into that angle. Ain't the only one nearby, though. Sending out a Prowler to check around Mound. they're able to get a catch onto him. It'll just be a ghost handed over. They're starting to peek out now. They look to back away on Sen. Wiley is going to be pinned in, but Bane doesn't really mind this too much. Right now, his job is to draw attention, maybe try to take somebody down with him, but won't be able to do that. So Ghost can be scooped up, but at the same time, the spike now gets planted here on A.
Tons of time bought there by Bane. Really nice work from him to make this so difficult. Patman has to bait out the wall even. There's going to be awareness already. They're going to be flooding in towards rubble.
The paint shell there from Hyunmin, but PRX now starting to make their push. Flashback. Here at Baby Door, Marshall in hand, finds one, looking for a little bit more, sees the weapon getting swapped over. And Hyunmin does get involved as he finds himself another clean headshot. Guardian ringing true here for him. As Marshall will be lost, but Hyunmin happy to collect the kills, one charge away from having the showstopper online. DRX with a 2-0 start.
And these early game plans from DRX look so well thought out. Just accounting for so much of the map. Every time they're taking space, there's other ideas behind it to make sure that they're aware of PRX's positioning. They're able to take advantage of it, at least so far. A little bit of frustration there from Alex. DRX has the upper hand to start Lotus on their attacker's side. Will be just toying with some early round congestion of space. Sending Flashback out early. Get over towards Forsaken's end of things. Meanwhile, pretty big stack from PRX over at Mound, but a TP over from something to reinforce this A side, but Spike scooped up. A little bit of thought towards C now. We've got Devi and Jing potentially ready and waiting, but all that space taken by Flashback, he's saying, you know, maybe we can make A go.
Grabbing the C's, but Patman just able to find Fraying right there through the corner of the wall. Solid shutdown. Bane looking like he wants to try to maybe recover the weapon here.
Portal closed.
Still being watched, but does manage to go ahead and scoop up the Guardian. All right in front, triggered by the clone. Forsaken just moving through, trying to see if he can get any wallbang damage, but hasn't been able to manage it quite just yet. Swoop in, spot with the one, the Paranoia now coming through the crossfire setup, and Flashback's able to find one, quick traded back by something, but Bane is there as well. It's that next layer.
Oh.
Door broken, Jing wins the fight. Bane down on the floor, now a 3v2 for PRX to try to deny this bonus conversion. Mako just gonna be timing.
He's gonna get the showstopper if he gets a kill.
Tucks away from the Arcos. That might make them think that this back sight position is gonna be cleared out. As well avoided Jing swooping. Hyunmin nearly having a 180, but cannot make it happen. Jing will get himself another 3K. That's gonna be PRX getting themselves on the board.
Yeah, really important round here for Jing to win some individual battles out on the map. Patman as well.
Planted.
Taking down Free. So that lurk pressure alleviated. Jing winning that fight outside of the breakable door is very crucial. So both Razes gonna have their showstoppers coming into this round. And this already gonna be a big one. PRX this time showing that they've got some good awareness, some good map reads of their own. Like the quick lean over towards trying to crunch in towards that A orb. Try to do some damage to DRX on the way through. They do fight back, but PRX just has a little bit more control.
On reveal, on Hyunmin just not getting cleared fast enough here from DRX's Jing. Doubles up, finds himself another killer on Mako and Forsaken to bring this one to an end, and they have. Flawless round, PRX tie at 2-2. Starting to look alive and well.
And either showstopper used there. It's really nice for PRX. Just going crazy. Just coming at him with some aggression, trying to get that confidence back. Great haunt right at the edge of that smoke, knowing Clemens maybe going to want to dive further forward. Great read from Patman. And Jing and Forsaken going absolutely crazy there. I likes what he sees. It's going to be an eco though for DRX. Hyunmin gonna have a Guardian. See if they want to get aggressive with this showstopper. Committed to try and get this Thrifty to go.
Just here around the corner, could counteract with showstopper his own. Yeah, they're just going to go ahead and get drawn out one after the other, but Hyunmin, as he hits the floor, is taken down. Jing will find the kill. Free at the same time was able to take down Patman off screen, but Jing is just fearlessly pushing forward. straight through the smoke. The pop flash set. Bane gonna be good for one, good for two. Eventually Divine does manage to clean him up, and Freeing cannot steady the spray. Forsaken turns back, Odin in hand, shuts him down, and PRX have the lead.
Yeah, this is just a PRX classic on Lotus. They love to bait you into taking this mountain space and then turning it against you with that door. Nice win for Freeing early, but Jing just goes, you're gonna throw a seize at me? I don't care, I've got backup. I've got flashes from something in Divide that are gonna be swinging through. That's gonna get the PRX fans swinging the flag. Try to rally their team. Flashback with an ult. Mako has his too. Be impactful in this round, just have to wait and see. Oh, what a read!
Like a book. Great shutdown. Does he get a second? No. Batman does manage to go ahead and collect the operator. It's that out of reach for DRX, but Flashback at the same time, he is scaling forward, and he's got all the space in the world at A. Should be able to relay this. Just have a very quick pivot.
It's just crazy prep being done by DRX there. Something has a lot of different angles that he's going to want to try to hold that operator with, but the thing that's concerning for me is Flashback. Now, he has gotten into enemy lines. I don't think that PRX is all that aware.
Oh, solid readjustment there from Forsaken. It's okay, a little bit labored of a shot, but Flashback eventually able to catch on to him. DRX in with a player advantage. A lot forward here on the Hawk. Flashback just looking to contain these players back over at Link. Despite for now, still going to be pinned into the corner. Looks like it's going to be a cut across over towards that A site. Flashback winning a critical fight here at Upper. He's able to find Divine. Now it's just going to be Patman here within the smoke. Frantically trying to stay alive, but Green will collect the Odin. Puts him down. That ties us up at 3-3.
You can see how much that early kill just really throws PRX off kilter. They don't have that extra layer of map control. And so things just kind of crumble piece by piece with Flashback getting so far in their back lines, and there's just zero awareness by PRX that was going to be possible. They're so focused on B and C that they just lose track of that negative space on the other side of the map. They pay the price. Great stuff from DRX, exploiting the tendencies of PRX. It all starts with that first kill. Rebel control taken.
Something. Once again, going for a bold push here with the operator. Might just be able to get the pick, and he does. Forsaken setting up nicely. Forces him into the open.
That's the drift out of the round, too. That's a huge find.
The pop of the wall. Already, a big rotation call here from PRX. They want to sort out who's going to be playing where, but the wall for now not triggered here on the C site. Divide able to keep control of this.
PRX is just thinking B the whole way.
Nope, still not done. There you go.
Portal closed.
Brings the swing at the angle and somehow wins that fight. It does get clipped through the corner, but it's a better shot onto something.
Jeez.
4v4, but down low is Freeing at 23 health.
PRX has to consider other parts of the maps. They're spreading out, but now they're feeling C. Right to do so.
He shows to the corner. Jing forced a retreat. Steel Guardian going to be invested. Nightfall coming across here from PRX's side. Now answered by one from Bane, but doesn't manage to get a connection onto anyone. Planted with a couple seconds to spare. Weapon's going to be retained here quickly from the side of PRX. Steel Guardian expires. Sent Bane unable to catch a spot there on Patman, who does catch a timing. Forsaken finding Cutman. Bane trying to extend his brakes, cannot make it happen. Mako and Freeing out from Mount to try to hold the line. The flick does not connect. Taps coming through with a find. It's a bit too clean with it. The final shots across, and PRX will go blow for blow.
Gonna min-max here. Make sure that you get Jing that extra ult charge. That was crazy. That was on an absolute knife's edge. Jing again, really clean and Divide, ready for Freeing out the open. Quick to get Mako as well. Somehow, some way, PRX squeaking their way through. Like the idea from DRX, have that operator still available, play for the mound post plant. Just get beat to the punch. Love that little off angle Bane is taking there right at the C main door. Got one, but rest of PRX able to win some big battles out towards the back of sight. Open things up for themselves a bit.
Been able to cool off Gunman. Hasn't really been able to collect any kills here in quite some time. Noting, of course, though, Mako just a sheriff in this round. Wanting to try to take a weapon off of fallen enemy, but it's going to be an opening kill there from something, so we'll just have to collect the vandal from his fallen teammate instead.
And again, it's Flashback's ult gone from the round. One of the biggest ults on this map. And it's just going to be a non-factor again. I mean, these are huge picks that PRX is finding early.
Well, something still has his get out of a tricky situation. Mako just linger and lurk here at the C site. They're out a bit of this utility.
They're just really trying to piece together the map. Angle by angle, corner by corner, because you never know when PRX is going to be springing a trap at you.
They're rebounding into B main. Doesn't actually get onto the site, so no clear necessary. Mako at the same time. Nice repositioning, but Nation is coming through. Something in his way through Waterfall, but I'm trying to audio bait. Doesn't manage to tuck back in. At the same time, though, Fring tapping the door. As Mako does get found. Goodbye. Take him down, Fring dead. He's now with a 2v5. Bane and Gunman to try to turn the tides of this round, but the time is just not going to be there. 12 seconds remaining. I think the call is just stay tucked, not even try to play this one out.
This is phenomenal patience and resilience by PRX, because there's so much trickery in this round by DRX. You got Mako trying to bait stuff out over on C. You've got Freeing tapping the door over on A. And they're just kind of saying, okay, well, we're going to try to take these individual fights then. We know there's at least a couple players here and there. We know you're a bit spread. Obviously, again, that first kill is so impactful. But they're just ready for that player to be there at the door. It kind of works against DRX a little bit there, trying to throw some confusion, some misdirection at PRX. They just keep walking a straight line.
Timeout call now from DRX. The lead by 2. Wanting to try to recollect their thoughts. Players back into the action. Very slow going. Last 4 or 5 rounds. Not able to find any value. Jing at the same time. About to cycle up his second showstopper. Still didn't have to commit any ults for the previous round win.
Yeah, I mean, Jing continues to just be really formidable for PRX today. Even though Ascent ends up sputtering out a bit here on Lotus, it's not letting go. Vi's going to have to steal Garden. Probably talking about how you're going to deal with this off as well. You had one good read early for DRX when Cream took that off angle at the back of spawn to catch something out, but since then, something has been right on point, finding just tremendous impact with those opening kills. Need a little bit more of that here. More PRX. Of course, on the other side of the coin, you don't want to let that keep happening. A couple Buckies coming into this round with those 2 saved rifles. Freeing with a Sheriff. He's hit some nasty ones with it today. Nobody home for this. Comes the Dimensional Drift being invested on this eco. Oh, the whip from something.
Going forward to this one. Let's go for the wallbang shot. Flashback making his exit here at Upreef. Got 2 players. We're at this connector side. A showstopper. Point blank. No, Bane finds a head check at the shutdown. Mako now runs him down to Bucky. Suddenly the pivot call is going to be made. Just sprint their way over towards the A site that is still wide open for Forsaken. Lingering in around the back. He's going to try to get the jump, and he does. Bane taken down. Flashback able to find the trade. To in with a player advantage. To buy. Tries to fight. Gunman just cannot muster it. This half investment. Look at it. Certainly turning the tides. Is Bucky beats Shorty. DRX. They pull it off. Themselves another round win.
Just love the confidence here from DRX. Going for the Dimensional Drift on an eco round. Yes, you have a couple rifles in there. That's so crucial there that Bane as well just instantly denies the showstopper. It could have been a very different round if Mako's taken down, even if it's a trade. That's so much extra space that DRX wouldn't necessarily have to work with. That pivot towards A, maybe not available. Huge, huge moments there for DRX.
This really whittles away at the economy here from the side of PRX. Hawk not getting a reveal. DRX, they've seen this setup before. They managed to avoid it.
They're often being very cautious in the beginning of these rounds. You don't see them really messing with A or a C mound too often because I think they realize that that's not a game they have high percentage chances of winning.
Saken down low.
He's dead.
Able to find him. It's right there through the door. Full exit. Could just be a pivot call here from DRX, but for now, Mako just going to be being forward. Wall now triggered. Bones there, paranoia sense, something not going to be caught by that, still just sitting at the top of rope. Swing out, Gunman gone. Mako, however, down below, catches him off guard, a bit of a jump scare, finds the head jump onto something. It's Jing now, eliminated Divine, trying to play here around the corner, but the ball's going to be connecting. If they're paying attention to the trails, they'll have the full story, and they do. Main with the third, flashback with the finisher. DRX tie it up at 5-5.
Man, this is clean stuff. Getting into that post plant, and the crossfires are gorgeous. Even with all that Fade util being thrown at them by Patman, they hold on. Bane in the backside. This early win against Forsaken, really brutal as well. Opens up all of A essentially. They know it. DRX are quick to pounce. I think you're going to see a timeout from PRX now.
Two rounds separated from DRX's call. PRX, think about it. I mean, yeah, sure, last outing on this map looked very good when it came down to the attacker side, but it's widely been from the defending half where they're able to find their impacts. DRX are chasing and tying things up at the moment. It's definitely not a great look.
Well, it just feels, this is totally like a vibes thing, but it just feels like DRX is a little bit kind of more in sync today in terms of their own individual confidence and mechanics. They feel like they're really happy to take contact fights against a team that generally is one of the best at doing that. But I think it's fine for DRX because that's something they've been able to lead into this entire event. They have so much skill, especially between their duelists, that they're happy to take those 1v1. They're happy to try to contest for that opening kill. They're so good at it. And again, they've got some pretty good reads. Some of the positioning and the tendencies of the PRX players. There's so much tape to see on this map. And that's something that Termi absolutely will feast on.
Maybe we should get Alex a drone.
Yeah?
Yeah. Just rally up the crowd while he takes out his stress.
That's a good idea, actually. I mean, that's, well, hold up. Maybe.
Ooh, we should have got a spot on the Divine, that quick little peek. Showstopper now, gonna be called in, Gunman. Chasing forward all the way over towards the spawn. Wants to hold it back. Slops it in, but no hope of getting a kill off that one, but creates an immense amount of space.
Full retake, weak weaponry. Oh,
something.
Oh my god.
Out of the transfer, get the second kill. Frame now gone. Just a real opportunity. 3v5, DRX trying to hold this post plant now. Jing gonna be eliminated. Saken arriving in around the back. It's the door. Smoked off, so I don't really have to be trained on that position quite just yet. Patman tries to go rushing forward, but it's just one by one. Lemmings over the cliff. PRX cannot rescue the round. DRX, 3 rounds in a row now, regain the lead.
Yeah, they just have to play Flood retake, and it looks promising, it looks hopeful, because something opens up with 2 huge kills, and they can't find much else after that. They're trying to just rush through. A nice seize there, Bane. Holding the line just fine. Flashback. Stellar there as well. I mean, again, it's these post plants. They're so tricky. If DRX gets to them, PRX just doesn't have the answers. So it's going to be a weird buy for PRX again.
4-player setup. On this side of the map and flashback. Just to escape. What's disaster, or just going to be scooped up here for Saken. His ult online. See how impactful that ends up being.
Nobody really in cycle for ults, other than something maybe if he goes absolutely bonkers. Even then, it would probably be round over anyway. Devi clears the clone, freeing. It's checked by the Prowler. Patman doesn't seem keen to try to take a go. He's gonna slide on back. 2-2-1 setup, relying on Forsaken, and this seems to be something that DRX wants to try to punish again. He's in a different position. Not in tree this time. Presence known. Oh, for sure, he's in trouble.
Yeah, gets the mark, has to make his exit. He's back across. And how do you continue to pursue? Might have been able to find that kill, but it's going to have to be the ultimate used here in defense. Trying to escape, but something at the same time does get tagged up a bit. I think he just tried fake cloning through the smoke. I just saw him absolutely push through that. He just died.
I think you're right.
Forsaken, able to peel one back. His flashback does fall. Now a 2v4. Full flash connection there on the Mako. Divine having the turn in, and Hyunmin just right around the corner. Catches him by surprise. Well, it's all down to two Forsaken to see if he can somehow miraculously tie this up, but he cannot. Hyunmin will put him 6 feet under, and DRX lock up the 7th round win, favorite of the half.
It's just a great timeout. 4 in a row off the back of that for DRX. Just starting to get some good map control. No, he just died just trying to push out of the smoke. Just got insta-tapped.
Wheels starting to come off a little bit here from the side of PRX. In this halftime, need to try to find a way to steady the hands, to rally back. To all start from the pistol. They look to send us to a third and final map. But once again, we're send it down to Lou and check in with one of our watch parties.
J'ai le plaisir d'être accompagné par deux légendes du jeu, FNS and TENS, two VCT Masters champion in different teams, yes, but reunited here to root for PRX. So boys, the first question I wanted to ask to FNS is, what makes the PRX boys so good at the game? Like why, are they so good? And also, you've been able to test the new skirmish mode, so who do you want to 1v1 first?
On the team?
Yes.
None of them. Alex.
Oh, fair enough.
I think Alex and I 1v1, but on a serious note, they're just entertaining to watch, and I think the fact that they're all individually able to pop off is what makes them super entertaining and like good in general.
Everyone can pop off on this team, definitely. Donc première question, qu'est-ce qui fait finalement que les PRX sont si forts et qui tu as envie de prendre un V1 dans le mode skirmish? Et bah tout simplement aucun d'entre eux, à la limite le coach Alex, mais c'est tout, et ils sont vraiment trop amusants à regarder, et vraiment je pense que c'est pour ça que tout le monde les aime. And back to you, Tyson. Oh, you've always been close to the PRX boys, right? But why do you think that people love them so much? Why do people get on that PRX train?
Honestly, it's just their playstyle. I think they move differently, and I think it's really exciting to watch. It's exciting to support them. I mean, here and there you'll see some interesting rounds being thrown, but I mean, it's a part of the experience of being a PRX fan.
Of course, and the something white swing is in the books for sure. Donc deuxième question, qu'est-ce qui fait que tout le monde monte dans le train PRX? Pourquoi est-ce qu'il y a une hype aussi grande sur l'équipe? Et bah tout simplement leur style de jeu est tellement différent, c'est trop marrant et on s'amuse vraiment beaucoup à les regarder. Il y a des petits rounds par-ci par-là qui sont intéressants, mais voilà, en gros, thank you so much boys for joining me. Of course, we miss you on this stage. I'm not gonna try and bribe you to come back, of course, but let's see if PRX can take the win on Lotus.
Back we go into the second half now. TENS Infinite showing their support for the side of PRX. They certainly need it. Down by 2 here at the half, getting ready to go over to the attacker's side. Lotus hasn't been the kindest for them, but zoom in on our Coinbase Econ report though. A bit of a closer look at Bane, who's been doing wonders for DRX.
Yeah, I've just been so impressed with Bane. You know, a guy who's had to...
Crushing Jing.
No, he is absolutely destroying Jing. But it's more about his personal story, you know, over the last year and a half, 2 years, where he's been in and out of the roster. You know, there's been doubts about him, you know, whether it be domestically or internationally, you know, within the coaching staff themselves. But man, has he stepped up as champion. He has been so impactful with his util. He's that presence, that vibes guy who's keeping the energy high for your team. And that has been a huge part of DRX, making it as far as they can. And maybe, who knows, they're going to be taking another step further. They have a chance here. PRX, your Masters Toronto winners, are on the back foot.
Flashback is out in the middle of nowhere. Push forward here to Mounds by himself. Gets the body tag onto something, putting him to 45. And then just gets completely, utterly overwhelmed. A solid headshot from Jing. Keeps him in the round. And the orb take is one step closer to an early showstopper. But for now, it's like PRX, it's all they really wanted to gather on this side of the map. Now we'll look elsewhere.
I like this a lot. Don't overcommit towards that C site. Don't try to claw your way through the Vice util. Sometimes it's better to just look for answers on the other side and see if you can dissect things a little bit more, but Freeing is taking a ton of space on the other side. It's going to be a trap play. PRX going to have to be clean in this fight.
Starting to get an idea of this. That's the clear on the gate crash. Don't have that as an entry tool. The paranoia goes across, connects on the damn near everyone. Gunman still set here. Only going to be able to fight. No, finds himself a second kill. Mako swoops in and gets the third. Been lasting way longer than anticipated, and Mako just absolutely cooks him on entry. Thanks for the 4K, but Divine out. The 1v2 has the Sheriff. It's been trusty for him. But the time is working against him. Swinging around the corner. Gets the spot and cannot get the elimination. Mako with 4. Puts DRX 3-1 in pistols. And now 8-5 here on Lotus.
This is just a great little set play. Mako with the paranoia to tee up Yunman and himself. Comes in, gets the 4K. And yeah, that one hurts a lot. Don't mind what PRX does in that round, but they just can't really get their footing quick enough. DRX is happy to, it's all because of Freeing. He takes so much space there and they're so ready to set up that trap play. Couple Sheriffs or PRX, they want to try to get a thrifty.
Ooh, flashback. Once again, take it down early. Once again, Jing find that kill. Now gets the scout here onto Freeing. Nade lobbed to the corner. Paranoia's there. Forced down into the thorns. Eats a tiny bit of damage from those, but otherwise he's very lucky to still be alive.
It's a lot of util baited here for PRX. See if they just take a pause or if they try for a rotate. Do have Mako with a stinger over at B. The other 3 players now locked into A, or excuse me, C. Ooh.
The flick attempt. Paint Shell's right there alongside Forsaken. Eventually he will fall. Gunman still continuing to be clean with the Guardian. Monk's going to be set, and Mako turns back. Jing left on an island, trapped away from the rest of his teammates. It's to be taken down. Something. He will be able to find a nice shot, but just doesn't have that Sheriff out in time. Any more damage from here will be solid to the economy of DRX, but PRX really meant to do from here. Climbing down onto the Divine. Now it looks like it's just going to be a spike plant. Trying to get some cash, get an extra ult charge perhaps here for Patman, but no, he's actually scaling towards Waterfall.
Looking to take the fight, but yeah.
Slow it down, but as this corner swing does come through, that's going to be him done and dusted. Freeing will find it. Refuse to come in. Gunman once again going to be one away from a showstopper as we go into the bonus. DRX up 9-5.
Yeah, just everywhere PRX goes, they're being met with resistance in this round. Even though they're able to fight back, get a couple kills, still not nearly enough. That Vice util proves to be deadly. Something not expecting an extra layer after his kill at the breakable door. Some of these little things for PRX, it just seems like they haven't been able to fully kind of engage here since that hot start on Ascent. Been really up and down since then. A lot more down than up. They're down 4 rounds here on their attacker side. DRX threatening to knock them out of champions.
Find you.
Just quickly scaling forward up. Trying to play off that Haunt, but back away. And Yunman finds Divine.
He goes through the smoke.
He's right there on the corner of the A lobby door. Showstopper now is available. Meanwhile, Mako on a walkabout. Plenty of information. As well as collect that Vandal. Upgrading from a Bucky. Bring up and over the top. Spectre in hand. Able to find something. It's just going to be weapon upgrades across the board here for the side of the DRX. As they are looking very well primed to convert this bonus and get up to double digits. Able to cut across. Can he find the shots? The swing in the corner. Flashback able to hold his own. Forsaken bring one back. The showstopper locked in. And now, the enemy Omen, dispatch, gone. Just Patman left standing. There's a Haunt, the Prowler chases. Finds Eclipse on a Freeing. Really just needs to try to hold on to the weapon, but there's no hope in hell. Mako around the back. Gets the kill. The bonus converted. DRX are 3 rounds away from sending PRX home.
This is masterful stuff from DRX again. Just getting the good reads early. Ready for that TP. The Thorn just stopping up the execute. Jing gets stopped at the door. Can't bail out something. Who gets trapped underneath sight. All of these little things that DRX does is just wreaking havoc on PRX's executes, on their game plan. I think, on God, I think you just start saying go A as PRX. That's where I think they have a ton of success on this map. That's where they tend to go when things start going wrong on this attack side. I think you got to dig into that well again.
It needs to start from here. A 5-round deficit and potentially the last timeout call for PRX at Champions Paris. Unless the team can reverse this, can run this back, push this the distance over to Corrode. We very much expected them to.
Yes.
After dropping that first map, felt like 3 was all but guaranteed.
You know what's crazy is I feel like you could have put Gunman on just about anything on this map, but he probably would still be good.
Sure.
He's just been crazy. I mean, you're seeing some of the value, though, out of the paint shells, the showstopper, stuff like that, of course. But really, his individual shooting just continues to be fearsome. Odin for Mako is an eco for PRX. Bucky for Forsaken, a bunch of Sheriffs, Showstopper in Jing's back pocket. A couple light armors, but PRX not really willing to fully commit to this. Trying to look for early picks. Been able to find a few here and there, but consistency has been eluding them. We get the TP out. Yeah.
Force flashback away. Plenty of room for activities here for PRX now, but looks like they're going to skirt away from that C side of the map and start inching back over towards A, much like you were asking them to do. It's going to be Mako's situation for the moment, but he does have an Odin, which is a bit less common for him.
Yeah,
now they know.
Yeah, this is really the only thing that kind of gives them troubles over towards A.
Ooh, something though. He gets spot, but just can't get the kill. Mako at the same time able to find Forsaken. Robin onto the corner, paint shell there at Jing's feet. Immediately chunks him out. He's wanting to go for a showstopper, all the less likely, but just go ahead and scoop in the corner. Finds a headshot. Immediately dead, however. Mid-air freeing. It's an easy shot for him. Finds the follow-up. No Thrifty in sight. DRX on a monstrous win streak. 8 rounds across the halves to get themselves here to 11.
And they are on the precipice of matching their best finish at a global event. Getting into that 3rd place spot, potentially going to be facing Fnatic. Not there yet, but it is well within DRX's purview. They can certainly taste it. Here comes the Odin spam.
A little delay. Tiny little bit of damage is going to be found in the end, but far from a kill. And it's up to the corner here.
They read that.
Mako's just trying to keep all attention on him as there's the showstopper. Gunman able to ignore that one, but never mind. The turn back, and Jing does manage to find him, and Jing is absolutely busted open this side of the map. Mako now dead. Freeing, frantically trying to find the kill. Doesn't manage to fling off there onto something, but it's a 2v4 to try to get this up to match point. PRX looking well slated. Continue to hang in here.
I don't know what in the world happened there with Yunmin.
Jing must have spotted him on the mini-map.
He must have, yeah.
Sure, we'll see it in the replay, but Freeing, maybe if he gets that kill, you start to believe that it's going to be possible. Seems like Flashback, given the money that he's got, wants to try to break the bank a little bit more here from PRX, but sure if they're going to give him too many opportunities. A jump peek from Devi. Jing out in the open, and that is a snappy one from Flashback. Not enough to turn the tides in this round. PRX finally able to break this win streak. Deficit back to 5.
Yeah, still though, that economic damage at least have some impact potentially, but as PRX now gotta rattle off a bunch of rounds in a row. Sure, we've seen him do it. We've seen him do it on this map in this event. But DRX just looked so in control. He saw right out of the corner. Great reaction from Jing. And I don't know, Mako's just backpedaling with the Odin. Just had to choose one way or another, I suppose. couldn't win out either side.
Gun's too loud, can't hear the footsteps. PRX about to hit. Bit of an ult cycle here with Forsaken, and something's about to be available. And avoiding the lion's share of that damage. It's away from the Season 8 combo. Gunman makes a loud exit. I think why they're trying to sell this here.
Yep.
Make them forward for pay to collect.
Exactly right. They don't check it with the Prowler either.
They might not fall for this either way. They're still just going to be breaking down the baby door now, pushing forward into the B side. Mako nearby. Paranoia is sent. Gets a catch on a 3. Holds them back for now.
It's going to be tough. DRX is here. Got to try something else, I think. Not player lurking, but do have the wall here. So there will be recognition, maybe.
Just around this corner, and that's the spike that dropped.
Spike down, attacker spawn.
So much more control. Because now Devi has to recover. He has to take his time.
Retrieving flash.
Get something in Gunman. Right on top of each other.
Spike collected, yeah. He said on the mini-map, shoulder, shoulder. Forsaken, however, will find one. Flashback dead here at the site. The swoop coming in from something, and he will be able to find the kill there on the Hyunmin. Don't worry, Prius, we caught it. Is now just going to go pushing. Wait for the rest of his teammates to try to get gathered up. 3v4, certainly doable here for the side of DRX, but something does as well. Have that dimensional drip, but he would love to be able to save it.
Vi needs to pick up some speed here. Find this lurk timing. Should get there just in time, it looks like.
That should seal the deal on it. So slide away back through rubble and A main. DRX. The pressure starting to work against them here. It's PRX. Continue to try to whittle away at this lead.
Well, and you can't give this PRX team any hope. They are very momentum-based. They can run it right back on you. They've done it time and time again throughout their history. This is a team that is known to keep you on the edge of your seat one way or another. So you better believe that they believe they can still get this done. We're going to have a bunch of ults on both sides. Something with the drift, Patman with a Nightfall, freeing with a Steel Garden. Nice one on the backside, but man, something. Nice work around that corner.
Shame.
Devi not going to whiff on the lurk this time. Cypher seems to be grooving with what he's seeing.
Full round separating, still the Nightfall here. Plenty of tools to work with. Continue running this one back here. Dimensional drift now. Started off. Something just going to go checking forward into the seaside. Gets a glimpse of freeing. Might not be able to spot out Flashback, who is going to be playing nearby. Nightfall goes across. Does end up getting dodged.
No vice wall there, just the thorns to slow this up, but DRX is trying to get into place.
That's a clone. Clear the haunt, turn the flash, something. Backing away. It's his exit. Is this a full pivot call? Seems to be the case. Hammond going to be struck down. The swing out. The Paranoia is there. Forsaken is now cooked. Jin can only find one. And trying to rotate out, but DRX is just so close by. And something doesn't get the spot. They all fall to the wayside, and DRX tear them limb from limb to get up to match point.
They're just so fast on this. They're just expecting that PRX is going to fully commit off of the drift, and they could play delay just enough. A brilliant Paranoia there from Mako. Opens things up for Hyunmin. Freeing, swinging in, and PRX just had no idea. Every twist and turn, there were DRX players lurking, ready to pounce.
Hyunmin now, a showstopper online, bounding forward over towards rubble. PRX playing it patiently. Stay tucked back for now. Showstopper engaged, looking for a target, but it's going to be something dead off the rip. A kill found as he was trying to TP forward over towards the orb. Easy done with the swing in from Devi, able to find Bane, brings it back to a 4v4. The spike now able to be planted as soon as the wall falls. Close, flashback, looking for the catch instead. Tucks back, goes into the dimensional drift, getting spot on here, everyone here from PRX. Spike again, interrupted, not yet planted, Drink around the back, has the spike at his feet, and a shorty on the corner. Forsaken will be able to fight back for a little bit more, but now Devi is going to be taking down the spike, collected, Forsaken running for his life. Jing now on a flank, needing to find the impact. One kill would give him a showstopper. He's just a world away from Forsaken, who needs to be able to hold the line.
He's got to hightail it over here.
Great check there from Gunman. It seems like they are going to be a bit suspicious about it. There's the push forward. He's trying to play this patiently, but only finds a smattering of damage. Mako down to 18. Jing now having to do it all to keep PRX here at Champions. The tap of the fuse. The smoke cycled back, and he's just holding it. It's already up the half. He finds one. Showstopper. And Jing gets them both. A much needed, necessary Red Bull clutch to keep PRX alive.
Well, despite the struggles for PRX today, Jing has been incredible. And that may just be the best yet that we've seen. My word, the instant decision to go for the showstopper. And it comes with not much time to spare.
0.33 seconds.
Oh my God.
Remaining on the defuse. Jing very well may have just saved their entire tournament lives, but already DRX looking to fight back. Jing is going to be taken down. He finds a kill in a flashback. Dust settles a 4v4. Freeing once again, very quickly scaling forward, taking space outside of Mound, getting this information, allowing for DRX to pivot and get into position, trying to counteract this take on B.
They all jump across the wall, so that's not going to be an issue there. It's just going to be on DRX to set up for this retake. Not much util left in the back pocket, though. Prowler, the arc rose.
That's about it. Plenty of footsteps, though, being heard. Arc rose from PRX. Not going to get a spot there. Mako will swing away from it. Might not be watching this main flank. The smoke now does dissipate. He swings to the corner. He should have something dead to right. Sabai, however, it'll find 2 quick kills there and upper. A 2v2 now. Spring swings in, joining in alongside the IGL. Mako finds one!